Hi guys, I am Raquel Walters and I finally have made my beauty channel. A lot of you have been waiting around for this to happen a long time. So I made this actual account about a month ago. And then I'm like, okay, next week I'll do this. But then things started happening, like normal life. And so finally I have gotten the chance to actually sit down, record an actual makeup tutorial. And well, this makeup tutorial actually didn't go right. I was filming my makeup tutorial and I wanted to film like an everyday routine and everything. And what ended up happening, it stopped recording halfway through my actual routine and I'm like, oh shoot, I'm halfway done, I'm putting on my eyelashes and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna go waste makeup and go re-record this. So I ended up knowing that it recorded all my face makeup and I'm like, well, I wanted to do an acne coverage routine that I have found out that actually helped my acne clear up. So that's what this is going to be about. I hope everybody that has dealt with their acne and has acne scars and everything likes this tutorial and ends up helping them too. I love these products that I've been using and found a huge difference. I've stopped wearing actual liquid foundation and it's like helps my pores from becoming unclogged and everything. It just stops being cakey and oily on my face and it's just great to have on my face and I just feel like I'm not wearing so much makeup. Well, yeah, it looks like I'm wearing so much makeup. Well, honestly, I'm not. I'm just wearing powdered foundation with my contour and so I hope you guys enjoy this makeup tutorial and yeah, let's get into it. I start out by using NARS Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I just add a couple dots under my eyes, and I use my ring finger to blend it in by patting very lightly and not rubbing. Well, you shouldn't rub. Apparently I rub, and I didn't ever mean to do that, so don't rub. It ends up dragging and it doesn't help your under eyes at all. Also, when I was watching the video back, I realized that my camera never focused on the products, so don't mind the blurriness. I don't know why it's doing that, it just doesn't focus on products, but I still want to show you what they look like so you can get more of a visual effect on what they look like. I go in with the C441 Pro Blending Crease Brush with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I use Lucid, Lyric, and Levitation for under my eyes. And I first use Lucid and then next Lyric, and at the end I use Levitation. I usually only use the Levitation on more of my inner eye corner and down where that like crease is of my under eye circles. Next, I use the Heavenly Luxe Flat Top Buffing Foundation Brush from It Cosmetics. I go in with Your Skin But Better CC Plus Airbrush Perfecting Powder by It Cosmetics, and I used to use the Celebration Foundation by It Cosmetics, but I ended up accidentally buying the Your Skin But Better foundation, and it gives me enough coverage to actually do what Celebration Foundation does. But I feel like Celebration Foundation actually gives just a little more coverage. So when I go buy, I'm definitely getting Celebration Foundation instead of Your Skin But Better. So if you can only get Your Skin But Better, because that's what they sell, yeah, get it. I say it still works. I use it every day still, and I'm about to run out. So do that, but if you can get Celebration Foundation or Your Skin But Better, I say stick with Celebration Foundation. And if you want to go see the Celebration Foundation coverage, I have a picture on my Instagram. Will be a link below or at the end of the video. And I have a comparison from before and after of what it looks like. So you can go on my Instagram and check that out. Next I use the Morphe little flat top brush. It's not really a flat top brush. It doesn't even have a name or a number. I can't really tell you what it exactly is. So I use that over pimples that the flat top brush from It Cosmetics didn't get with my foundation. And I use this brush with my foundation and I put it over those pimples and I just dab it on just to get him right there. And it gets more coverage just on that little part. So anywhere that I need a little more coverage, that's what I do with this. And it helps just knowing it's doing the same thing as what I did with the flat top brush, but just more of a precise area. So for those pimples that I couldn't get with just the powder, I go back with my concealer and add just a tiny dot onto them and I rub them in with my any finger really. It could be your ring finger, pointer finger, whatever you desire. And then after that, I go in with that little brush from Morphe again with the powder and I put it on top. Now for contouring, I use the It Cosmetics Velvet Luxe Soft Focus Sculpting 315 brush. I go into the Shade and Light palette and only use Shadow Play and Subconscious. And for just the sculpting part, I use the Shadow Play and I use that on my temple and my hollows of my cheeks. And then I go into the side of the Velvet Luxe brush and I use Subconscious just right under the hollows of my cheeks just to define it a little bit more. Then I go in with Hoola by Bit of Fit just to sculpt out my jawline and make it look more defined. Sometimes I use this instead of the Shade and Light palette to contour my face. Depending on what I want to do, I don't really have a reason to use one or the other. You'll see I'll end up going and sculpting my face with it again. For some reason, but I have no idea why. Now I use the It Cosmetics All Over Powder 211 brush. I use this just to help blend out the contour. It looks harsh on camera, but in real life it doesn't, so I don't know. It's kind of weird. For blush, I use the Flawless Brush 227 by It Cosmetics. For blush, I use Bunnies, or known on YouTube, Graveyard Girls, palette from Tarte in the shade Does This Thing Really Work? Then I go back in with that powder brush and just blend it all together. I go in to contour my nose with the Emily makeup brush. It has no name or number again, so I can't tell you exactly what it is. So it's just like a little pointy brush that is very precise to use on my nose. And I usually go in with Hoola or Shadow Play, depending on what I feel that day. It does pretty much the same thing. And I blend it with one of my fingers. It doesn't matter what finger, whatever you feel like. And just blend it all in. is the final look. And you saw in the intro, I did my eyes and everything, and just like I said, this was supposed to be an everyday routine, and it ended up being an acne coverage routine. But hey, I was gonna film this sometime anyway, so it all works out. So yeah, if you have any suggestions of what you want me to film, leave a comment in below, and then you can add me on Instagram, Snapchat, and follow me on Twitter. Instagram and Snapchat is just Raquel Walters, and my Twitter for right now is @CheerWildRaquel. So give me a follow and like, and I'll see you in the next clip. Well, in the next video. Goodbye.